So here's the start. As you see, I already started getting it set up, but basically you gotta dig two down. If you've seen my previous episode on how to build this, then that would be that would make this a lot faster. But if you haven't, you want to build three pistons up, put a block in front of them. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces out, and then have the pistons set three more pistons up facing the opposite direction. So that way they're both facing towards each other. Place blocks in front of that. And then you want to set up the back of the pistons like this, one on the bottom, one on the top, one in the back. And you want to put a redstone torch on the back block up against the back block, not on the bottom block. If it's on the bottom block, it will not work correctly. So you come down here, you want to dig out like this, and then have redstone dust, fill it up all across the bottom here, and then put a redstone torch on both of those. And then you come up to here, put a redstone torch in both of these, and you got yourself the more compact version. All you have to do is fill in the bottom and put them on the pressure plates. Step on them and the doors are open. And you can clearly see how much more compact this one is than the last one. But let's get into how it works. So for the redstone dust, it gets activated. It can be activated by the redstone pressure plates from one block in any direction except diagonally. So since it is one block below where the pressure plate is, it powers it, and it goes through and runs into the block that the torch is on. And if you have seen my redstone tutorial, you will understand this better. But when the redstone dust gets activated, it deactivates that torch, which then activates this torch and deactivates that torch. And again, if you don't understand why that works, go watch my redstone tutorial. It will show you how and why it works. And then for the finishing touches, all you have to do is just cover up the redstone or whatever if you don't want people to see the redstone. Generally it makes it look better if you're putting it into a house or whatever. So that's my more compact version, and that's how you can build it with the stone pressure plates. And one complaint you might have is that it is a little bit more delayed than the other one. So I could see you not liking that one, not very much for that factor, but if you're trying to fit it into a tighter space, then this would be the way to go. And no matter how you build it, it's still going to take up a bit of room for all the redstone to go through. But as you can see here, it does. Yeah, you can see it better now. It's still. I'm going to show you how to use the button. So as you can see, I have it started up. But you can also see that I didn't dig down this time because you do not need to necessarily. However, I'm probably still am going to because it makes it easier. So first off, you cannot have the button off to the side right next to the pistons, otherwise it will not work properly. Actually, it won't work at all. But you want to go and build out a little. Needs to be at least one block out or one block out further than the one right here. Or let me reword that. You should be 2 blocks away from the pistons, at least. And then if you want to have it this close, then you should put it on the side like that. So then you put the redstone, or you put a block behind it so that the signal will get sent through. Put redstone dust down. And how I'm going to set it up is like this, and then, whoops, then just lead it straight into that. And now I'm going to bring it down here, where I'm going to dig down to the other side. Now you can make yours deeper or whatever. I tried to keep it to a minimal for the size, but so then you want to get the redstone dust to come up to this side. If you've seen my first version of this, then it's similar to that. So then you can have it built like that. And then, of course, it's not going to work right now because the redstone's not all the way built, and also you're going to need a redstone repeater for it to go all the way through both sides. And I'm going to do that just to make sure. And to get them to both open up around the same time, I'm going to delay that one. So now when you press that, they both open. Let me try that. That's better. So then you press the button and you walk through. And if you want to know how to make it extend, like make it last an extended period of time, watch my redstone tutorial. It shows you how to do that as well. Because for some of you that might not seem like enough time. This one I do not recommend you use at all because this one is simply unneeded, to put it the best. But if you really feel like you need to use a lever, then I will show you how to do it. But if you want to make it so that it will just open up, and when this is pulled down, it will stay open until you come out and pull it again. Just build it like I did the button, except for instead of having the button, have a lever. That's the only difference you'd need. But if you want to be able to lock it from the other side, and if you want to be able to go and make it so that it's like a two-way streak where you have to, if you have it pulled down on that side, then you come through and you have to pull it again on this side to shut it, and then pull it again. I mean, actually, you know what? Just forget that. I'm just going to show you this because I think this will be a lot simpler than trying to explain what that was. But anyways, so of course this right here, it's not going to work. I don't know why I did it, but so how I'm going to show you how to do this one is have it come out 2 blocks from the one that has a redstone torch, and have it 1 block lower. Run the redstone into it, except for right here, have a redstone repeater, and you actually don't need that there. But then you come out here, you put a redstone, or you put a piston there. You want to put a redstone torch on the back of the block that has the lever, and then lead redstone to it. So now if you pull the lever, it will open that side, because that's all that's installed right now. And then if you come through here, pull it, then it shuts. So I'm going to go ahead and dig this down through the rest of it here, and then I'll describe how it all works. Oops. you want to build this the same way as you did the other one. Or if you want to build it taking up more space, then by all means go ahead. However, yet again, I like to have mine as compact as I can get it. So, you see now this one is open and this one isn't. Well, that is because I built it like this, which I shouldn't have done. But anyways, you're going to want this to actually lead off this way, and then have it leading down to where redstone is. So now, if you have this off, then both sides will open. Right now they're at different speeds, but if you want them to be the same speed, you can just place that. So there you go. Get out of here, cow. Shoo. Shoo. Alright. So, now to explaining it. So, let me unpull these first. So, basically how it works is that if you have this pulled, then it sends a signal through to this block. And if you have a redstone repeater going into the block, it sends a redstone signal going through in any direction that is one block away from the block it's going into, except diagonally. And get out of here. And when the signal gets sent, and then when it goes through here to this block, it gets sent on this way, which deactivates this torch. Then it also gets sent down through this way, and that signal leads all the way down to here, which deactivates that torch. And if you pull this lever, then it moves this block. So now if I turn this on, then there's no signal going anywhere, because there's nothing here for the signal to go on to. But then as soon as I unpull that, the block goes back, and now the signal gets sent through in two different directions. So, that is how the lever works. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to build it using a pressure plate. A wooden pressure plate. This will be better for if you want them to pay a toll to go in. So, I might show you a couple different ways to do this, but first off, you're going to need there to be at least one block in between this the pistons and then the back wall of where you want to throw it in. And then you want to put the wooden pressure plate there, and then cover it up. So, I'm going to just go ahead and do this now. So as I have said before, pressure plates can send a signal in one space in whichever direction. So, knowing that, you can go and put that there, and then when you throw an item on it, oops, wow, I'm bad. Throw an item on it, you see the signal. So, then you just simply feed that signal into these. Oops. So then you just simply lead it into this. You're going to need a redstone repeater to keep the signal going all the distance it needs to go. So then when you throw that on there, then, whoops, guess it didn't get far enough. Oh wait, no, that's right. Forgot to put that torch there. Okay, so now you have yourself a toll booth. So if you would like to have one that is a bit more in detail than this, like if you want one that you won't open again until someone pays a second time, I will show you how to do it one way, and I actually know a better way of doing it, but I don't have it memorized yet, so I can't do it for this video. But I'll go with, actually, you know what, I'll just come back to here. So I'm going to go back and just erase part of this, and so now when I get the signal out here, get away. Then you're going to want to build an inverter, and if you would like to learn how this works, then go to my Redstone tutorial. But actually, you know what, I should probably place this differently. So I'm building it like this, so that way they open up towards the same time. But anyways, so then when you throw in your item, then the doors open, and then all you have to do to get the rest, or to get the other part, is and if you want to do it this way, you're probably going to need to move the signal back a line if you plan to do it the way I'm building it. So then when you want to put the pressure plate there, and then you want to lead this going this way, and you're going to want it to run into this part right here, and you're probably going to want a redstone repeater just to make sure it gets there. Put on the other pressure plate. You're probably gonna want it to go out further than that if you want it to open up right into the building. But anyways, so now when you step on the pressure plate, then the door's shut. So because there's still an item in here, the doors will still be open till that is gone. However, I will show you now the way to do it so that it won't happen again until somebody goes and pays again. And that's using this thing I'm about to show you. So you want to build a block there, build a block, one block above it and right in front of it. Put a redstone repeater on right below the bottom, or the top block. Put it at a full delay. Put redstone dust going forward. Put an inverter. Put a redstone torch on top of the top block, and then redstone dust, and then lead it into the inverter I showed you earlier. So now when the actually, you know what, yeah, I should probably switch this one around too. Not doing too good on the placement of these. Not very good at all. Oops. to want to connect this to the thing that was there before to go through and open those up. I'm putting a redstone repeater so that way it has the same strength as before. And now you're going to want to run the one from the pressure plates to shut it. You're going to want to run that into the one that is currently deactivated here. So now if you go over here, because the item had disappeared, throw that in, opens up the doors, you step on that and the door's shut. And then if you, and then of course you're probably going to want to get out. If you want to go out the same way, then you simply just do something like put in a button. Then you can just run that into both sides. Although, probably be harder to go that way. Oops. Okay, so I think I'm going to go out a couple more blocks here. And I will put the button up a little bit higher. And I'm just doing this to avoid the redstone here, but you can easily redesign this. Just try to spread out the redstone a little bit more. But so then you just drag this down to here. Whoops. Drag it down to here, and let me get this done real quick. So now when you press the button, the door will open for a short time. But again, if you want to delay it, go watch my redstone tutorial. It will show you how to do it. And I think I've dragged this video on long enough. If you guys would like me to show you a different variation of this, or if you would like me to do a different type of door in which you would need for a project or whatever, then just leave a comment asking for it, or send me a message on Xbox. It doesn't matter which.